attention.
This is 3D or 2D.com's Duh 3D Show.
Put on your 3D glasses now.
If you're wondering what the 3D stand for, they are discussion, debate, and the news. We hope that you enjoy the show. Get it? The show?
Duh.
Hello. Welcome to episode 113. We're recording this on October 30th, so the 13th episode, and right next to Halloween. It's Halloween Eve, and I'm Adolf. I have with me Classic Jake.
Howdy, folks.
And Jacob.
Hi, everybody.
And today, I've been kind of off this month, I have a lot of news. We have a lot of news to talk about on this website, on this for 3D movies. We've done like 3 episodes this month, and it's just like so much news coming out this month. So, Jacob, what do you want to talk about first?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Let's talk about DC and Warner Bros. In general.
Oh, this again.
It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
All right. So we've known since Discovery has taken over that Discovery is just like trying to make profit off of this, which is, kind of messed up, but it's just, I get it. They're a business, but damn, they're doing everything they can to and we're seeing how bad Warner Brothers really was, and the bleeding money, and it was just bleeding money left and right, and projects that didn't go anywhere. Now it's just like, okay, we got to figure out what to do with stuff. And the big news was that now they have new heads of DC movies, which is now its own set of movies. It's not like it's like its own studio, like Marvel Studios, right? Is it called DC Movies or?
Yeah, that is something that should have happened like a decade ago at least.
Along with having a plan for their films.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, definitely.
Jeff Johns away from it.
Now we got 2 leaders to do the DC films. DC Films, DC TV, and DC Animation. And one of the names we don't really know directly, but one of the names we absolutely know. And this is pretty huge. James Gunn is going to be one of the CEOs of this, and Safran is going to be another one. And Safran was already in DC. He was a producer in Shazam, and the sequel of Shazam, and Aquaman. So he's been around for the last couple DC movies. And of course, James Gunn, we all know him from Guardians of the Galaxy.
And Peter Safran's worked with the Gunn for a long time.
Yeah. And, James Gunn did some DC stuff. He did the second Suicide Squad movie, or The Suicide Squad, which I love that movie, and the Peacemaker TV show. Again, I love that TV show.
Yeah, and early in his career, he wrote, did Scooby-Doo.
And Guardians 1 and 2, of course, and the Christmas special, or holiday special. So, James Gunn has been well known for a while, and... Mm-hmm. This is a big deal. I think, obviously, he's going to be able to finish Guardians 3, and then that might be it. He won't have any more Marvel stuff because he's going to be working on DC. Yeah,
it's a 4-year contract, and he's exclusive to DC.
Yep. Some more Peacemaker, I hope.
Yeah. We're definitely getting more Peacemaker.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was kind of wondering if that would happen because... everyone seemed to like that show, but it's also one of those things where you don't know if they're going to continue stuff. And since James Gunn helped write and direct that, yeah, let's guarantee it. We keep going.
It's also got crazy good numbers, so.
Yeah, great numbers. Everyone loves it, or pretty much everyone loves it. So, yeah, that's huge news, and finally, some good news, I think. What do you think?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, And also James Gunn comes from low budget indie filmmaking, so he knows how to make a good movie fast and cheap.
Oh yeah,
but importantly, he just knows how to make it good,
which is going to be handy in these days of budget cuts. Now, I don't know if they signed him to turn the studio around or put him in charge to make it sellable. Because in 2024, they can put Warner Brothers up for sale Discovery can if they so choose, because the terms of them buying it.
And another movie that and it's kind of a small movie, but a movie that's well loved, Slither. I think that's a great horror movie, great comedy.
Super is really good too. If you've never seen Super, super dark, but it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
Which brings me to the holiday special at some point, if we were segueing.
We can segue there. It's a good segue. I'm not going to take that away from you.
Okay.
So we got the trailer for the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday, Christmas or holiday special, going on Disney Plus. And basically the plot is that they want to help make Quinn happy, so they want to go to Earth and get Kevin Bacon. And that's basically it. I mean, just from the little trailer, I thought it was very funny, very enjoyable. I'm 100% game.
Yeah.
Same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and who would think that Kevin Bacon would have the interesting career?
Yeah.
Now, going back to James Gunn, he definitely is a big fan of 3D. So he definitely has really tried to get a vision to make the movies that he's done more visually interesting and to kind of have that. So that's going to be a big benefit on our end. Hopefully the next DC movie will be 3D. We don't know anymore because Black Adam wasn't 3D. So
Yeah, that was
The Suicide Squad wasn't.
yeah.
Yeah, that's disappointing too. That's why I was thinking there was a good chance Black Adam wasn't going to get converted either.
I think it has to do with also just DC, like, release it as is, convert it to IMAX because it's probably cheaper, easier to do, more money in IMAX. And DC Discovery's just like, throw it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely has been quite a few DC movies recently that haven't been obviously the Joker and then Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn's Emancipation. I forget the rest of the title.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, Joker makes sense because, it's just a dark, gritty drama.
Yeah. And since the Birds of Prey was an R-rated movie, I imagine that's why they didn't want to do it 3D. But I'm still hoping that Shazam! Fury of the Gods is 3D. Cross my fingers, knock on wood.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I still think 50-50 on that. There's definitely a time, considering that can come out in a few months. And I think it's done. I imagine that most of it's done, maybe just CG stuff. So
Yeah. I mean, it got delayed to what, March?
Yeah.
February?
Yeah, I mean, and it's older game, so they might have converted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if not, they have time to do.
Yeah, and plenty of time for Aquaman too, a full year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Superman, Henry Cavill is officially back as Superman. So that's great news.
Yeah, people were cheering until they found out he was giving up the Witcher role to do it.
I haven't seen that show. I heard good things.
People just like it because he's sexy.
Yeah.
I haven't played the games or read the books, but I heard good things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, everyone's been
It's one of those
wanting.
things, I quit watching The Witcher around my friends because they just thirst so much for Henry Cavill. I can't stand it. It's just so embarrassing.
And I never had a problem with his Superman. I had more of a problem with the writing than anything else. The action definitely was there, and he definitely looked the part. He just wasn't given many lines as Superman. So, why change it? It's just easier to have him there. So I've always been that way. And Henry Cavill has even said that he wants to have a joyful movie as Superman. Which, yes, absolutely. That's why people like Superman, because he's joyful, because he's wholesome. So absolutely, I would want a joyful Henry Cavill Superman movie.
Yeah.
People have been saying he's the best Superman, and I just don't see it. He's no Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, even though he's been in a couple movies, I feel like we barely know the Superman.
Yeah, it's like Ben Affleck is Batman. The 4-hour Snyder movie of Justice League, we get more of a feel for them, but I still don't think it's enough to sit there and definitively say how to rank them. I mean,
Yeah.
I like them enough that I want to see more from both people, but I have a feeling we're probably not. I think Ben Affleck is just done with it.
Well, I think after Flash, he's done.
Yeah.
Now, do you think we're ever gonna see Batgirl?
Oh, I think it's going
Like-
to eventually leak somewhere.
Yeah, because that just needs to come out.
Yeah. Of course, with James Gunn, you don't know if I think if it physically exists, James Gunn will accidentally purposely leak it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're probably going to wait because Brendan Fraser's getting huge buzz for The Whale, and he may get Oscar nominated and/or win. So they're probably going to wait till around February, March to be like, "Oops, here's Batgirl accidentally on HBO Max.
Mhm.
Surprise!"
Yeah,
I wouldn't even think that. I would think because of lawsuits and such, they may just.
but I do figure we may see the air cut of the first Suicide Squad movie.
That would be nice.
I think that's more
Mhm.
likely. I kind of imagine that maybe the Batgirl will be on YouTube, and it might be something that Warner Brothers will take down after a week and then get put back up, and he'll take it down after another week or something, and that's it. You know, they're not going to be in a rush to take it down. It might be that kind of thing where they're like, oh, this is not a full release version, and
I just hope we don't have to wait like a decade or more, like we had to with Tim Burton's Hansel and Gretel.
from what I've heard of the Batgirl movie, people that have seen it's pretty bad.
I still want to see it, because we owe it to Brendan Fraser.
It can't be worse than the Wonder Woman TV pilots.
I do wonder if, like, in the future, maybe they put it on a Blu-ray or DVD bonus feature instead of, like, streaming it or something. Who knows?
But I mean, that was just DC just putting stuff out. Like, are they even still doing a Blue Beetle movie? Like, is that still even coming out?
No idea.
Yeah, I would say no.
Because, like, I mean, I know The Flash is still happening, surprisingly, with Ezra Miller and his problems. So,
Yeah. From what I've heard, people that have seen the Flash movie think it's incredible and the best movie in the DC in a long time. So they're just probably waiting it out and hoping that people forget and forgive. And I think by the time it does come out, I think there's probably enough time, and hopefully Ezra does not have more issues.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to therapy and stuff, so good on him. But
Yeah, they're hoping they can get him cleaned up and get him on the red carpet and have him dress in something that covers his ankle monitor.
Good on,
the internet never forgets.
yeah. Good on or good on that individual, because he does not.
Yeah.
Trying to be respectful, it's just a little bit hard.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be disrespectful. I guess that's part of a better way of saying it. And we do. That's his choice, and we honor his choice to use pronoun they. I'm fine with that. Whatever.
Just too bad he's a piece of crap, or they are a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely wish that. That's why I kind of just say the name. It's easier.
Yeah.
Like, I'm totally fine with trans people. Have no problem with it. Have no problem with the pronouns. It's just my brain doesn't like the pronouns game, and but English is bad language anyway, and no language in the earth is a perfect language. Every language has faults, so everything has to transition and change with time, and then that's normal. Yeah, like. People are mad about Latinx and me being a Latin person. That's like, you know what? I don't really care about certain parts of Spanish because I don't really understand why certain objects are feminine and masculine. It's like, why?
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It's like,
Yeah. Like French, Spanish, table are different genders. I'm like, why?
it's just a table. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I never understood that, and I'm fine for me at least. I'm not super. All languages are faulty because humans are faulty. So yeah, I never liked that, and it always pissed me off. I don't understand the logic of why chair.
With the Latinx, I'm like going. There's Latina and Latino, and I thought the gender neutral was Latin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But let's get back on topic here. So yeah, all this news is pretty good for DC and for when Warner Brothers. It's finally like they're getting their act together, and hopefully this means we get some good movies, and hopefully we get some more content.
Yeah, Black Adam's doing good at the box office, it looks like.
Yeah.
So
I just hope it has a good hold on it.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that Wakanda Forever is going to take it down.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's guaranteed. I mean, I'll be. It's probably going to hold up for this Halloween weekend, or I don't know what the numbers are right now, but I'm pretty sure it's still number one.
That's about 25 million for second weekend.
So, all right, let's keep going.
That's a pretty big drop.
Yeah.
So it didn't have a 50% hold.
No.
Bad.
More like a 65% drop.
Yeah. But it did have a decent opening and a big one for The Rock. I mean, it's not a big one for comic book movies, but I think considering this movie people gave up on it.
Yeah.
Because when it takes you more than 10 years to get a movie to the screen, we're in a pandemic and people are used to seeing stuff at home. I think did pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, the last few months, I feel like the box office has been pretty bad. So, Black Adam being the shinest, the best thing releasing, I guess, or best box office wise.
Yeah, like the
Honda Forever show us where the box office really is.
Yeah, they're expecting like what, $200 million opening weekend?
Oh yeah, that's going to be huge.
We'll see.
Now, we shared this with the patrons, but me and Classic Jake really like, and John liked Black Adam. It's not a great movie, but it's fun. Jacob, you haven't seen it, right?
Right.
And definitely we missed something that could have been awesome in 3D. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, based on the trailers, it looked like it would be a good 3D trip. But I don't know, the trailers just didn't really convey what the movie is really going to be about.
I mean, the movie doesn't know what it is.
That was one of the problems with the movie is the movie was just kind of all over the place.
But I still liked it. I still am positive about it. So
yeah, it's what they call craptastic.
So yeah, let's keep going here with the other comic book stuff. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania finally got an official teaser trailer, and it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, and they didn't recast or reshoot any of the Bill Murray stuff.
Well, yeah. We get a lot of Kang the Conqueror here.
And he looks comic book accurate and doesn't look bad. So kudos to them.
Yeah.
And we're finally going to get more details on what was happening with why she was the wife was in the quantum realm and what happened to her, I assume.
And it was listening to the I don't even know what to call these guys anymore, whining about the recasting of Cassie Lang yet again, and I'm like going, who knows? Who cares?
I honestly didn't even notice until you mentioned it.
She looks so much like the other actress. It's fine. They're both good actresses. They're both probably going to go on to do other roles. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, I did not notice that, really. I didn't really, obviously they had to recast her for the time jump in Endgame, because she's not a little kid anymore, so...
then they replaced that actress with another one in this one, and I'm like, that happens. I mean, where were you guys when Terrence Howard got fired and replaced with Don Cheadle?
Man, Terrence Howard, that's another time, another tale.
Well, the thing is, we would have never gotten Empire if he stuck around.
Yeah.
And Don Cheadle turned out to be a better Rhodes. Anyway.
Yeah.
But Howard killed it in Empire.
So with Cassie, I mean, we saw her for 30 seconds in Endgame. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I predict with this movie, a friend of mine said, "Oh, they're going to kill Ant-Man because Kang the Conqueror's there." I'm like, I don't think they're going to kill him. I think they're going to kill Hank Pym and his wife or his ex or whatever she is. So
Maybe they kill Hope. I don't know. Maybe they kill Wasp.
yeah,
Maybe they kill them both. Maybe they kill them all. Who knows, man? I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, time travel and quantum realm, there could be multiple versions of them out there, and we don't know what's going to happen here. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely hyped for it.
I mean, the first two Ant-Man movies were just a joy to watch, and they were their own thing. So hopefully this still remains its own thing.
Yeah, they kind of reminded me of those Disney live-action movies from the 50s and 60s, like The Absent-Minded Professor, Son of Flubber.
Yeah, but with the Ocean's 11 twist, just like you got the heist element.
Yep.
Now, we don't have anything here with our good guy here, Michael Pena. I don't think he's going to be in this.
Oh, I got a feeling they've ditched all of the backup crew, which is a damn shame.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the crew I don't care about, but Michael Pena I love.
I don't know. Like, I would have that other guy back, the one who played Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad. I'd like to have him back. He's kind of interesting.
Too expensive now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna find out what happened to Janet Van Dyne in the quantum realm, or at least have a clue what happened and why she's scared about going back in. And it was a great teaser. It got me totally interested. I want more. Give me more. And I was surprised to even get it this soon. I thought we'll be getting this when Wakanda Forever came out or after.
Yeah, they're kind of like. I guess they kind of learned their lesson with like preparing the trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder 2 months before the movie came out. So, and that movie just not good.
There's so much potential for 3D when I saw this trailer too. I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna look great. This is gonna look great.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kang the Conqueror. I mean, Jonathan Majors was great in Loki, and I'm super excited for this, and I think this is going to be fun. And I mean, the title itself shows you kind of what to expect.
Yeah. And I know, and guys, don't get wrapped up in all of this. Is Doom going to show up? Is the Fantastic Four going to show up? Just go to see a good movie, and if you get Easter eggs of future characters, that's awesome. But don't get hopes up on this one little idea that may or may not happen. Ruin it for you.
Yeah, like don't keep hoping for Mephisto. Just drop it.
Mm-hmm.
What about Anthony? Is Anthony the Ant's going to come back?
Yeah, Anthony needs to come back.
Yeah.
And also Michael Pena's character.
Yeah. Anthony should be like, they could be one from another dimension.
Yeah.
I think I saw Ant in there, but I don't know what that thing was.
Yeah, Anthony kind of in when the multiverse. So the new Anthony.
Well, I definitely want to see. If they don't have it, I won't be mad. But I want to see some tardigrade action. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Oh, that would be incredible, especially one playing a violin.
Oh, it's a reference to Aquaman's octopus playing the drums.
Topo.
Yeah, sure, I guess. He could be playing the world's tiniest violin.
Exactly.
Oh, that would be cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, some guy, when some butthurt Republican starts screaming crap, I always post the little tardigrade with the violin.
Okay. Now, we got here a Vision TV show announcement, which, okay, sure.
Yeah. The second spinoff.
Yeah.
So I even got the Agatha show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm definitely interested to see what happens to this new Vision that we got after WandaVision, and see what happens. I want to know what happened to that Vision. Why it wasn't in Doctor Strange.
And what happened to Wanda precisely?
Oh, that's going to have to be part of this, I think. It has to be, I guess, a semi-sequel to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I guess, it's really fascinating that show has been so big that it's getting 2 spinoffs.
Yeah.
So that's fascinating, and I mean, I love Vision. He's a really cool character, and they've really made him pop and likable. It's like Data, but like powerful.
Yeah.
Star Trek, Fake Data, Next Generation, but with superpowers.
Fair.
Yep.
And a British accent.
Yeah, Paul Bettany is fantastic as Vision.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping with superhero news, we got news about Venom 3, and the writer of the Venom movies, Kelly Marcel, is going to be the director of Venom 3. And, the great writing that the turd in the wind,
That's from the comic book, so I don't blame her for that, or them, or whatever they are.
I don't know.
Does anybody happen to know if Kelly Marcel has directed movies before, or is this going to be their directorial debut?
Let me look that up.
But
I like the first two Venom movies. Even though they're not great, they're just fun to watch. And very short.
Yeah, they're kind of in this. They're trashier than Black Adam. So if you love trashy movies, their Venom movies are an absolute hoot.
All right, so she has written. I have her IMDb page on now. Saving Mr. Banks. I like that movie.
Good, okay movie.
Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey.
Hate that movie. Hate it. It's so bad. She's been an actress in quite a few little things here and there, but I've never heard of these movies, so I don't really know. I think this might be her first director movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, she went from creating Terra Nova to Saving Mr. Banks to 50 Shades of Grey to Venom and Cruella.
Yeah, and she was teenage girl number 2 in Great Balls of Fire.
Ooh. Rest in peace, Jerry Lee Lewis.
And she was Miranda in Wolf TV series. Hey,
I don't see anything here that I know her from.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out if she's able to direct it, but I guess I'm fine with that. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess the Venom's earned enough goodwill from the first two movies that we will check out the third one. I mean, it's Hotel Transylvania territory.
I mean, at the very least, she's going to know how the character is and be able to build on that. So,
yeah,
I'm positive in that regard. Now, I don't think they're going to mention anything that's happened in Spider-Man, and I can't remember the name of that movie. Spider-Man into the
Morbius.
No.
Oh.
Who knows? I mean, for all we know, it could be Venom versus Morbius.
No, I don't know if they're going to mention anything from No Way Home, but who knows?
Of course, they probably won't have a Morbius movie now because I think Matt Smith is too expensive.
We don't need that movie.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think they could afford him now.
Like we don't need Morbius 2. It's Morbin time.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, I agree. We do that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe next week if they release it next week, so he will make money.
Yeah.
That was like the saddest, funniest story of this year. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna see this movie, and everyone read it. Oh yeah, and somebody took the bit and bit it, and re-released it, and no one cared.
Yeah, it flopped even harder.
Yeah, one thing that'd be good about James Gunn running DCU, he's internet savvy, so he ain't gonna fall for something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
unless it's something sincere, like Batgirl released the Batgirl movie.
Yeah. Of course, this also means we're probably not going to get a James Gunn Nova movie at Marvel ever, but oh well.
The Nova Corps?
Yeah. Well,
that's fine.
There's plenty of people that could do a good Nova Corps movie, but I really would have liked to have seen a James Gunn Nova movie.
Yeah.
But we still have 2 Guardians things to look forward to before we see what he does at DC. Hey, we might get lucky and he does something really awesomely cool, like a Metal Men movie. I could see John Hamm as Doc Magnus. That would be awesome, but I don't know if John Hamm really wants to do a superhero movie.
He doesn't really have a good box office history for movies.
Yeah, that's true. He's done much better on TV.
Yeah.
But and is one of those properties people would go see it just on James Gunn's name alone. And
Yeah. I mean, I love James Gunn, but I don't know. I just hope that the business doesn't affect his filmmaking ability if he still continues to make films.
And the thing is that with these movies, the trick is you can make a superhero movie about any character. You just have to budget wisely. Like like a X-Men movie, I wouldn't spend more than 30-40 million on it. If you go make $100 million Metal Man movie, you're probably going to lose money.
Yeah.
So, if you're wondering, we did do a recording, patron for the patrons on Morbius, and there's some stuff is not for the regular feed, and stuff up for the patrons, and our review for Morbius is on for the patrons, and man, I about half that movie I was like, I like this, and then the other half, oh boy, I hated it. So, yeah, just to summarize there, Morbius.
I mean, there are worse movies though, like in comic, like the New Mutants is a worse movie than Morbius.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, Morbius is like a 4, and I feel that's a decent number for it, but it's not like a 1. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going here. Now, we talked about this for the patrons already, but we'll talk a little bit more since Jacob is here. We got the Super Mario movie trailer. Jacob, what's your thoughts on that?
It was great until Chris Pratt opened his mouth.
Yeah.
He sounds like Linda Belcher from Bob's Burgers a little bit.
Yeah, it just hasn't done anything to his voice, so it just sounds like him, but okay.
Yeah. But like Jack Black and Keegan-Michael Key and everybody else, they sound really good. Like Jack Black's Bowser sounds like it's going to carry the movie. Like he's going to be the best part. Even I haven't heard Charlie Day's Luigi yet, but I assume it's probably going to be really good.
It looks gorgeous too.
Oh yeah, it looks like the games, and I'm really excited, and I hope it's great in 3D. I hope it comes out on 3D Blu-ray because I love Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fight over who reviews that because me and Jacob love Mario games, but we might be too close to this, and but we'll see. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm definitely excited for it, and it did what it needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got some news on Avatar 2, and apparently it's going to be 3 hours and 10 minutes or so long, so wow.
Yeah.
It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, Hollywood wants to give Bollywood a run for movie length.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any breakout like dance sequences or anything like that, like for Brahmastra.
Yeah, there should be. Yeah, release the Bollywood cut.
Now, in fairness, the first Avatar was over 2 hours long, and it felt like it went by pretty fast. So
it was almost 3 hours long.
Yeah.
So, and the extended cut's a little over 3 hours long. So,
I guess you get your money's worth for waiting this long.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just hope the movie doesn't suck.
Yeah. I just hope that it plays in a theater with really good seats.
Yeah.
So, it's spooky time. Do you guys want to talk about some spooky stuff?
Sure.
So, now, Jake, you originally did do the top 13 horror movies. Any other movies? Obviously, Dawn of the Dead now, and Jaws, I guess are both horror movies in 3D.
Yeah.
Now, what other horror movie would you want to be converted to 3D?
Mario Bava's Twitch of the Death Nerve would be really good. American International's Black Sunday either the Italian version or the English American cut would be really good. I would like those in 3. Some of the Hammer movies, like Curse of Frankenstein and Dracula, would be really nice.
All right, Jacob, you have any thoughts?
I can't really think of any that I would love to see converted. Like Scream wouldn't work, or any of the Halloweens.
Shining would be great for depth.
Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of The Shining. I think it's overrated.
I think they should cut the what they call the European release.
Fair.
That's really good 3D.
Oh, do you guys remember the remake of The Poltergeist? Yeah, that was kind of mediocre.
Never seen it. I've never even seen the original or the remake.
Oh, the original is great.
The original was heavily inspired by a Ramsey's brother movie. I think it's called Hotel. Somebody can correct me. I would love to see some of these Bollywood horror movies by the Ramsey brothers converted into 3D. They would be a trip and a half.
Now, we got a new Hellraiser movie on Hulu. Never watched the original. Would that work in 3D?
Yeah, especially this second one, because the way it's shot. It's not nearly as good a movie as the first one, but the way it's shot, it would probably be really good in 3D.
Now, The Mist 2007, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I love that movie. It's so dark.
Maybe the newer It movies. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think The Mist would be a cool 4D experience with The Mist actually coming in the theaters.
Yeah.
You can just get a fog machine and watch it. Just hit the button.
How would the 2004 edition of Dawn of the Dead be?
I think it'd probably be very good.
What about the Nightmare on Elm Street movies?
Maybe the newer one, like the remake. But the part 6 was kind of in 3D.
Yeah, there
were
was
3D elements.
Scenes in 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of franchise horror. So most of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, I haven't seen them all, and most of the ones I've seen, I've only seen once. And you're looking at a 3D fanatic who bought the Friday the 13th box set and's only watched one disc on it.
Now, technically, Creature from the Black Lagoon, isn't that a 3D movie and technically horror?
Yeah,
Yes.
It would be nice to convert the third one, so you got to have the whole set of them in 3D. And it was one of those things. It was designed to be shot in 3D, but because the 3D was not popular, they didn't film it in 3D.
Now, I haven't seen it in forever, but I did love Slither. We mentioned this earlier. How would that work in 3D?
It could.
It'd be kind of dark, but yeah, it could work. Especially whenever she explodes.
Yeah, somebody took real care to convert that. It could look really good.
Yeah.
Now, in theory, The Descent could look awesome for depth, but it's super dark.
Yeah, it would be like that James Cameron produced movie that was kind of took place in a underground cave or underwater cave, whatever that was called. I can't remember it. Sanctum, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's it.
I don't think the Exorcist would benefit from 3D at all, but I don't think so.
No, it's too dark. I'm really trying to think on 3D. Jeez. Because it could benefit, but there's just so many that are...
Several of the Universal monster movies would work in 3D, because even though a lot of them are dark, the way they're shot, the backlighting and stuff, they could...
Yeah.
Now, one movie definitely would not work in 3D, Blair Witch. Oof.
God, like the newest one made me sick to my stomach to watch. Ugh. Because there's just so much motion. And Cloverfield, the first Cloverfield would never work. It's
kind of get lost. I mean, there is a found footage 3D movie, but it was shot in 3D, and it's part of the story why they shot it in 3D.
That's a fun movie.
Are you talking about... What movie is it?
Found footage 3D movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you also have Paranormal Activity 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead might be fun.
Yeah.
That's more of a horror comedy.
Zombieland too,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, Zombieland would work. 1 and 2.
Yeah, the Zombieland movies most definitely would look good in 3D.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Ring movies?
It could work. Oh, one I'd love to see, Cemetery Man.
Okay.
Never heard of.
What about the evil?
Oh, it's really about a guy who works in a cemetery, and every night he goes out with his shovel to just keep the dead from coming back. He buries them.
What about the Ice Cream Man?
I don't know.
Now, was it House of Wax the original horror movie in 3D?
Yep, it's probably still the best 3D movies ever.
Um,
Chronic director only had one eye.
I haven't seen it.
They had to calculate it all mathematically. They didn't.
Are you talking about? Was it Raoul Walsh by any chance?
I believe so.
That makes sense.
They had to do it all mathematically because he couldn't eyeball. He couldn't look through the eyeball it.
Couldn't eyeball it.
Yeah, I'm bad.
Okay, what about the birds?
Yeah, some of these
Psycho
have been gray marketed, converted, and released in Korea, and some of those I've heard are decent conversions. And then there's some of the German ones and the Russian bootlegs, which are horrible. And then there's some good German conversions. So if somebody knows, watching this knows of some of these 3D, give us, and you've seen them, give us a heads up.
Oh, I remember seeing The Mummy, the new one with Tom Cruise. That was bad.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, it was a movie. It was in focus, and there was 3D. That's about all I've got to say for it.
What about the Brendan Fraser Mummy?
Oh, God, that would be awesome in 3D.
Yeah, that'd be fun, yeah.
Yeah.
The first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, what other content what other news you want to talk about?
Rest in peace, Leslie Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
And very enjoyable. He made living through the pandemic bearable with his social media.
Yeah.
His
Peace.
be a blessing.
Yeah, he's been around for ever, and he didn't look I thought he was older than he was.
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus 2 was a big success on Disney Plus. I liked it. It's a good movie.
It was pretty good. Not as good as the first one, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and that Tiger King ripoff thing he did was hysterical.
I think of other movie news or anything related to it.
Okay. Well, I think that's going to be a good wrap for this podcast. I hope you guys have a happy Halloween, and definitely look forward to more 3D movies coming out in November. We're going to get more than one. We're going to get two.
Woo! Woo! Good.
We're going to get Wakanda Forever and Strange World.
Strange World? Yeah.
So that's exciting to have two movies. And December we got a couple there too. So I'm going to end 2022 with several movies. So I'm excited.
Well, I mean, what do we have in December besides Avatar 2?
Last Wish, of course. You can't forget about the second Puss in Boots movie.
That's right. Yes, I forgot all about it.
Well, you can't forget about it.
So yeah, I think that's it though. Because Shazam got moved, and but Avatar 2 is a big enough movie to take over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna find out whether 3D is gonna limp along to quietly die out, to wait to be rediscovered, or it's gonna burst anew into a frenzy of new 3D interest, like happened with the first Avatar movie.
We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be exciting.
Like I don't even know what's coming out in December besides those two movies.
Now, I guess we could talk about some of the horror movies or horror video games that turn into horror movies, like the Resident Evil franchise. What do you guys think of those Resident Evil movies? The Mila Jovovich ones, I guess.
Garbage, but enjoyable garbage.
Yeah, they got nice 3D.
Oh yeah, I think most of them were filmed in 3D.
Yeah.
The only one that wasn't was the last one.
They're kind of they're movies. You pass a bong around and take a hit when certain things happen, or you take a shot of cinnamon whiskey type of movie.
Fireball.
Yeah, absolutely. The Fireball. Take a shot every time you see an umbrella.
You'd be dead.
Yeah.
What about Silent Hill? Was that I think the first movie was only okay, but it wasn't the second one.
The second movie was in 3D.
Yeah, one of them was. Yeah, it's one of Kip Harington's 3D movies.
But the first movie was decent, but it wasn't great. They're supposed to be making a new Silent Hill movie, though.
Or I thought there was a new game.
I think there's also a new movie coming out.
Okay.
With the original cast, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
There is also the game.
Dead Space would be pretty cool.
A Fatal Frame, underrated series, should be a movie.
Yes, yes. Now, classic Jake. Fatal Frame is a movie about Japanese people, woman that is taking pictures of ghosts, and that's how she kills the ghosts or stops the haunted people. They have to take pictures, so photography is a big part of that, and there's a lot of ghosts and stuff.
Yeah, like it would make a good 3D movie. The remake of 13 Ghosts, that would make a good 3D conversion.
Yeah, especially with the glasses that they had to wear. Just like, whenever they put on the glasses, you put on the glasses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a kind of a reference to the original.
Now, Jacob, I've never played these games. I guess I was too old, maybe. The Five Nights at Freddy's, would those make a good 3D movie?
I don't even like the games. The games are not even really games.
Virtual reality Five Nights at Freddy's thing.
Yeah, I don't know what they're. Are they games? Are they VR? I don't. The experiences.
It's just like it's almost like a night guard simulator, but with scary stuff. Scary in quotes. It's just jump scares, and they've been trying to make a movie for years. And
Jeff Bloom says they're doing it. I haven't heard whether there's any plans to do it in 3D or not.
No, I mean with Jason Bloom, it's like cheap as possible. Oh, that makes me think. I think the Happy Death Day movies would be decent in 3D.
Yeah, the way they're lit. Yeah, they're very bright and airy and.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an idea. This is an old video game franchise that has basically been dead, but it's the same people that made Resident Evil, Dino Crisis. That would be really cool.
Ooh.
Dino Crisis was a video game that's kind of like Resident Evil, but instead of zombies, it was dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what
Resident Evil meets Jurassic Park.
3D movies? Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Oh, Nintendo Eternal Darkness. Be great.
That's kind of an obscure title, though.
It's a great.
I shouldn't say kinda. It is.
It's a one of those psychological horror games. It was a great game. I love that game, and that could be really cool in 3D as a movie.
That was Nintendo's very first M-rated game that they ever made.
One of the first. I don't know if exactly the first, but yeah.
I want to say it was their first. I could be wrong, but I mean,
technically they published Resident Evil 2 in the 64, I think. But,
well, I'm talking about one that Nintendo actually made, not published.
I mean, I guess technically Conqueror, but it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rare made title.
Okay. So yeah, there's definitely, I think. Oh, what about the? I'd never seen this, but that was a really early 3D movie. What about the that horror movie? That's a 3D movie. Oh, man, I can't remember it. That came out like right in 2009, 2010.
Cloudy with the Chains of Meatballs.
Of course, yes. No, wasn't it like this Friday Nights or something 3D or something like that?
Oh, there was Fright Night 3D. And you also had My Soul to Take in 3D, which came out in 2010.
Yeah. It would be nice to see My Soul to Take get a release.
It did have a French release.
Okay, that's the one that got the French release. There's one horror movie that hasn't. I'm trying to remember what the name of it.
And then there's also Shark Night that has several 3D releases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shark Night's really nice 3D. Especially
you also have The Final Destination, which came out in 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, there's these. Oh, the Saw movies, the ones they didn't film in 3D, they should convert those.
Oh,
well, I mean, there's like one.
The Piranha movies, are those considered horror?
Yeah.
Those are pretty fun. Well, the first one, I haven't seen the second one.
Oh yeah, especially the floating severed penis joke.
Never saw Piranha 3DD, but I saw the first one. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the sequel was maybe even cheaper, but shot in 3D.
Yeah, I've got the disc, but haven't watched it.
Yeah, same. It's directed by John Gulager, who has done like a lot of bad horror movies. So I don't have any hope for this.
Yeah, Exactly.
Now, wasn't there a version of Night of the Living Dead come out in 3D back in 06?
Oh, there's been
Yes.
some, and there's also been conversions of the public, since the original has a public domain status. There's been several conversions and colorizations, and
then you have the night. Oh, go ahead.
and then there's also been where they used the original movie as a basis of a sequel with new footage, which Romero denounced.
Well, then you also had like a sequel. I don't know if it was like official or unofficial, but I remember the cover being like it was just like vomiting. It was like a vomiting zombie or something like that, and that was supposedly in 3D. I have to look it up.
Yeah, that's That's Romero's former partner, Russo, who they kind of went their own ways and with the movies. He was involved. The only thing he was involved in that was really good was Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember the movie that I was thinking about. My Bloody Valentine 3D.
Oh, the 3D
yeah.
is incredible.
Was that a good movie? I don't remember that. I remember hearing about it, but never watched it.
It's not as good as the original version. It's like it's a really good WB teen slasher picture with some great 3D and some decent R-rated gore.
We have that. Go ahead.
What? Oh, you go ahead.
We have some kids movies that are, Coraline is great. Monster House is great.
Monster House, yes.
So there's definitely some.
Book of Life.
Night of the Living Dead. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, you gotta give the kids Nightmare Before the Dead. Nightmares. Give them. Show them Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely some really cool horror 3D movies that's come out over the decades. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for us. We tried our best to have a spooky 3D movie, or a spooky episode of the 3D show 113 right before Halloween. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, folks.
All right, before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you, Mr. Bungle 5, Kano 3D, Gravity Head Zero, Alex Folk, and Kevin Winter for your financial support on Patreon.com. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Take care. Bye.